We will get external data in the first phase into BFO Dynamics with SQL Server Integration Services. So the first phase of our project, of our goal, is to make SSIS package that will import data from external sources into BFO Dynamics Data Warehouse. We'll be using SQL Visual Studio Data Tools as a tool to do this. In the second part, in the second phase of data transformation, we will transform the imported tables into facts and dimensions, and later into the cubes in SQL Server Data Warehouse, BFO Dynamics Data Warehouse, and analyze this data. This process is quite straightforward, and most of the time we'll be spending working with external data sources, because the process of creating data warehouse and cubes in BFO Dynamics is highly automated, and it's really fast and powerful to create new structures. So why did we choose SSIS? So there are several reasons. One of them is because SQL Server Integration Services is already an engine within SQL Server. So usually when you have a database engine and analysis services, you can use also the reporting services and integration services. It is the most popular ETL tool in the world. The tool for creating SSIS packages is SQL Server Data Tool. It's free. It's really very powerful. And the concept of how a project would be executed is that customer can do a lot in this integration part, because customers usually know what the sources are. Learning SSIS is not difficult. I'm sure you can start after a few hours watching these videos, and having some hands-on experience. It will do. And this is also be less costly, because if someone else would do this, and there can be a lot of repetitive work, then this can put the pressure on the budget. So yeah, let's start with SQL Server Data Tools. This is the tool that we will be using for importing data from one source into another to create SSIS packages. And this is a free Microsoft tool. Hyperlink how to download this tool is here. You'll be able to use my handout after the session. I'm sure we will append this, maybe even during the session, this tool, this document to the GoToWebinar software. And you can download it as a standalone installer, which means you do not need to have Visual Studio. You can just download as a standalone installer. It's about, I think, 1 gigabyte, or the process takes about 10 or 15 minutes to install. And usually this would work. You would expect that this would work, but let me just remind you that this tool is being updated every month, or almost every month. So there is a lot of activities, development going on. Sometimes things don't work as expected. I just highlighted. For example, can you imagine yourself, being eager to work with SSIS? You download it. You have, of course, Windows 10, and you install it, and then it says the requested meta file operation is not supported. What the heck is this? Actually, after rebooting, everything is fine. So, yeah. This is the reality. A lot of feature, a lot of development. So sometimes we have to be patient about this. There are more ways how to use SQL Server Data Tool, or how to do the import-export wizard if you are not using a data tool. So I'm definitely sure that you have already seen the task that you can use by importing and exporting through Management Studio, SQL Server Management Studio. This is one option. This is very, handy, because you already are doing some T-SQL or browsing scripts with Management Studio. So that would be like, already there, natural to also do these packages. And you can do. So what I'm speaking about, if I would like to add anywhere, I will go into the task and either import and export. Here on, I would be in the wizard where I would select source, target, and all the next steps, how to continue. So this is where I would select a type, the provider of data source, and on and on. This is step one option. The end result is it can be a package that I can save either on a SQL Server or as a file, or I can just run and there is no track about that. This is one option. I can use directly SQL Server import export wizard here. So this is similar. It doesn't come embedded into any other software. So the user experience will be pretty much the same. Well, what I prefer is to use SQL Server Data Tools because I have when I'm creating a new SSIS project, actually it is a project, so the data are kept at one place. So let me see. You see, it really keeps me all the history, the data and files are structured.